Welcome to the JAMODI podcast. We are all surrounded by amazing coaches and leaders. So let's get an inside look at not just what they do, but how they do what they do. After all, becoming the best versions of ourselves is JAMODI, just a matter of doing it. Coaches, the JAMODI podcast is powered by Ballogy. Manage and measure your players' skill development and increase accountability year-round utilizing the Ballogy app. Boost inter-squad competition with drills backed by the National High School Basketball Coaches Association, including a 40-shot Ballogy skills assessment. Please visit ballogy.com/teams for information on how you can provide this resource for your team. So you've been college coaching or you've been a head coach for 23 years. Congratulations on that. That's incredible to be in the sport that you're in at that level, so competitive, and to figure out a way to last that long and to stick around and survive. What are some of the daily habits that set you up for success?
I think the biggest thing for us is we want constant improvement, and so I do too. I get up in the mornings and I'm a reader. I get up in the day and try to start my day. I read a lot of different types of books. Most of it is leadership, basketball, things like that. I don't read a lot just for enjoyment per se, but I'm a studier. I like to study people. I like to study philosophies. So I do a lot of that early in the day. Spend some quiet time. We've got a spiritual background, and so spending time in the mornings doing that is important to me too. And then we try to create daily. We try to get our guys to create daily routines. So I have a daily routine, and during the season's different than the off season. During the off season, there's definitely more time put into preparation and studying and trying to change things within our program that we'd like to see or add or different things like that. We do a life circle with our guys a lot during the season, and so we're trying to add content to that and different things that we want them to learn and understand throughout the course of the year. So creating a daily routine, try to get some exercise when I can. I need it more during the season than I do in the off season, and I do it less during the season than I should. So trying to get back into that right now because the season just kind of came to a close, and those types of things. Try to spend as much quality time with my family as I can. I'm remarried. I have 3 kids from my first marriage. My wife has 2. All of our kids are either in college or out of college, and so we're kind of at that out stage. But
Yeah.
Just spending time with them. I've been very blessed. I don't know if you know this, Matt, but we've had 2 or 3 really, really good years in a row here. And both of my boys have been a part of our program in different capacities during that stretch. And so my oldest son was a part of our first championship team and was a coach with our second championship team. My youngest son was around that first championship team and then was on the team, the second championship team. So having that much success with our family around has been, just a blessing and a lot of fun for them to experience it, and me too. So just creating a routine would probably be my best answer. And everybody's different, so you've got to create your own routine and find ways to maximize your time.
What a great example of one of the questions I ask quite a bit is how do you balance basketball, coaching, and your family? How do you balance those two things? But I think a great way to look at it, and a lot of coaches do, like you said, is blending it. Like not trying to keep them separate and trying to keep both happy, but bring them together. That way you're also spending the time, you're bringing them into I would imagine like you're the same, that you just coaching is a part of who you are. It's not just a job. It's just part of your life that you love doing. So bringing them in, that just makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah. We tell our guys all the time, discipline creates freedom. And so when you can really spend time, creating a good routine for yourself and getting into your work and getting your work done, then that creates your freedom. If it's the other way around, as a college athlete, then you are constantly procrastinating. You're constantly finding excuses to not get some of the work done that needs to get done, whether it's academic or athletic. And so we really try to teach our guys to be disciplined in their habits and get up and get their things done early. And that creates the freedom at the end of the day or the weekends or things like that to do other things.
And you can apply that to your faith as well. The discipline in our faith ends up allowing us to have more freedom. When I look at the times of my life where I've lost control and everything just seems to be going bad. I'm in trouble. I'm making bad decisions. Well, most likely I'm lacking in discipline. And so that discipline, you're right, it right on the money. It creates more freedom, even though when you think I want to be free, I don't want discipline, you end up losing your freedom in that, taking that path.
Absolutely.
Have you always been a reader, or is that something that you picked up later on in your life?
No, definitely as I got older. I think the thing you find is, when you're young, when I was younger and we had young kids and things like that, my days were occupied by them.
Mm.
And you spend so much time wanting to be around them, help them go to bed, read to them, spend time with them, whatever it is. Reading becomes something that just kind of goes by the wayside, and something you just can't get to within your daily routine. And as I've gotten older and my kids have gotten older and they want to spend less time with their dad as opposed to more time or whatever. They're busy
Yeah.
in their high school lives and they're running around. Then I've found more time to sit down and say, okay, this is something I enjoy. It's something that I want to spend time doing. And I really, really, I was, during COVID, it was just unbelievable because my
Mm.
routine during that stretch of time I mean, I was locked in, and so it was a good stretch of time for me to really have to make the most out of that stuff.
Had the opportunity to talk with Kevin Eastman, and he went through some of his tips or tricks to just getting the most out of what he was reading, and some things he'd highlight, and then I struggle. Like I go through a book and then just really holding on. I guess that comprehension, like holding on to the information, or using what I just read, longer or further on in my life. Any tips or tricks that you have to? I just read a book, but I can also use this information or tell people about it, just retain it better.
Oh, I think the biggest thing is to take notes, and then try. Like we use this life circle. I've talked about it just a few minutes ago, and we have this life circle that we try to use our guys with. Well, I was reading over the last couple years at different times. I read What Drives Winning by Brett Ledbetter. He's got 4 books out that I highly recommend. And all 4 books have different things that we've borrowed from them
Hmm.
and then put into that life circle. And then once they were in that life circle, then we knew we were going to come back to them. We knew that this was going to be something that, okay, it's going to help us understand or help our players understand a concept or a philosophy or a way of life, or it's just something that we want them to have experience with and to be introduced to. We just put it in our life circle, and that way that we could go back, and then if we want to revisit it later on, we can pull it back out or whatever it is. And we do that quite a bit.
Thank you for checking out today's episode. Please take a moment to subscribe to this podcast, share it with your fellow coaches, and find us on social media for what's coming up next on the JAMODI podcast. It's just a matter of doing it.